The village board meeting to order. Let the record reflect. It is Tuesday, May 4th, 2021 at 7:32 p.m. This meeting is being conducted pursuant to Governor Pritzker's Disaster Proclamation and Public Act 101-0640, which amends requirements of the Open Meetings Act due to COVID-19 pandemic. Although remote attendance is an option for the board, members are all present. Thus, we do not need to confirm the audio. All the materials for this meeting are available on the village website. We recommend the members and the public follow the agenda as posted. For items with public comment, after members have spoken, I will afford public comment as follows. Once I, the chair of a list of all public commenters, I will call on each person present at the meeting and afford them 3 minutes for their comment. Further time, up to an additional 3 minutes, may be granted by motion of the village board. The public was also provided the opportunity to submit a request until noon today by email at the clerk's office at tinleypark.org or by placing their written request in the drop box at the village hall to participate publicly via a live telephone call at the relevant portion of the public meeting. The public was provided the opportunity to submit written comments until noon today by emailing their public comment to the clerk's office at tinleypark.org or by placing their written comment in the drop box at Village Hall. Written comments will not be read aloud. And finally, each vote taken in this meeting will be conducted by a roll call vote. At this time, let's now begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, you call the roll, please?
Trustee Brady.
Present.
Trustee Brennan.
Present.
Trustee Galante.
Here.
Trustee Mahoney.
Present.
Trustee Mueller.
Here.
Trustee Sullivan. Here. President Glatz.
Present. Thank you. Item number 1, consider approval of the agenda. Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Have a second?
A second.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, you call the roll, please?
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan. Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 2, consider approval of the minutes of the regular and special village board meetings held on April 13th, 2021.
I'll make that motion.
Thank
I'll
you.
second it.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan. Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 3, consider a proclamation recognizing Honorable Jacob Vandenberg for 2 years of service as village trustee and 4 years of service as village president in the village of Tinley Park. Is he present? No? Okay. Item number 4, consider a proclamation recognizing the Honorable Cynthia A. Berg for 4 years of service as village trustee in the village of Tinley Park from 2017 to 2021. Consider a proclamation recognizing the Honorable Cynthia A. Berg for 4 years of service as village trustee in the village of Tinley Park from 2017 to 2021. Whereas the Honorable Cynthia A. Berg, along with her 2 adult children, have been lifelong residents of Tinley Park. Whereas Trustee Berg has spent her career as a registered nurse that included diverse experiences and settings including management roles. The majority of her career and her specialty was providing leadership in the operating room. Her 31 years of nursing recently ended with her retirement as a school nurse at Bloom Trail High School in Chicago Heights. Whereas Trustee Berg was elected to the Village Board of Tinley Park in April of 2017, where she served as the chairperson to the Marketing Committee, served on the Finance and Community Development Committees, and was the board liaison to the Marketing and Branding Commission. Whereas as chairperson of the marketing committee, she was involved with the branding initiative Life Amplified. Whereas during Trustee Berg's tenure on the village board, several downtown Tinley projects were approved, including Harmony Square. Also adopted was the new Tinley Park Convention Center Management Agreement with Harp Group that will escalate the use of the center and increase the number of hotel rooms booked in the village. Additionally, implementation of the Oak Park Avenue Playbook Program took place to assist businesses along Oak Park Avenue. Other achievements include an expansion of the police force and the approval of a new fire station. Now therefore, be it proclaimed on behalf of over 57,000 citizens of Tinley Park that the village board of the Village of Tinley Park join her, family and friends in recognizing Cindy Berg for 4 years of dedicated service to the great village of Tinley Park. Approved this day on May 4th of 2021. You want to say a few words, Cindy, or?
Oh, I was gonna come up on you for a photo.
There she is.
Yeah, we should.
Okay, ready? 3. One more. Hop in. The whole group. One more time. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Such a great honor. I really appreciate
You want to say anything, Cindy?
I think I got
It's all yours.
Podium's all yours. I just want to let everybody know how happy I am that my parents moved here in 1971. It was really a great move because we got to all be raised here in this great town with great friends. And sorry my mom's not here tonight. She had surgery today, but
Oh.
you know, Brad's here with me. And my girls are busy, but we all appreciate all the work that all of you do as well and all the support it takes for a whole family to be involved with the village. As each of us have, all of us have families that it takes time out of their lives as well. So the last year wasn't very fun with the COVID, but we missed all the fun aspects of being a trustee, going to all the concerts and parties in downtown Tinley and everything of that nature. But I really want to thank the staff also, my mouth is so dry, for taking care of us all. We always look really good, thanks to you guys. Thank you to Chief Reader and Matt Walsh was a great help to all of us here. So, and that's about it. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Cindy. Okay, Brad? You want anything? You're good? Okay, just checking.
Our Brad.
Item number 5, we're going to let Clerk Therian take this one for us. Consider proclaiming May 14, 2021 as Apraxia Awareness Day in the Village of Tinley Park.
Whereas childhood apraxia of speech, otherwise known as CAS, causes children to have significant difficulty learning to speak and is among the most severe speech deficits in children. And whereas, while the act of learning to speak comes effortlessly to most children, those with apraxia endure a lengthy struggle. And whereas, without appropriate speech therapy intervention, children with apraxia are placed at high risk for secondary impacts in reading, writing, spelling, and other school-related skills. And whereas, that such primary and secondary educational impacts diminish future independence and employment opportunities if not resolved or improved. And whereas most children with apraxia of speech will learn to communicate with their very own voices if they receive early intervention and appropriate, intensive, and frequent speech therapy. And whereas it is imperative that there be greater public awareness about childhood apraxia of speech in Tinley Park among community members, physicians, education professionals, insurance providers, policymakers, and elected officials. And whereas those aforementioned community leaders are encouraged to recognize the critical need to provide adequate speech therapy and related services so that the impact of this disorder is minimized, and that thousands of affected children are more fully empowered to grow into flourishing adult citizens. And whereas our highest respect goes to those children, as well as their families, for their effort, determination, and resilience in the face of such obstacles. And whereas many states, cities, and villages recognize May 14th as Apraxia Awareness Day, and now therefore be it resolved by the President and Board of Trustees of the Village of Tinley Park, Cook and Will Counties, Illinois, that Friday, May 14th, 2021 be designated as Apraxia Awareness Day in the Village of Tinley Park, and that the village urges all citizens to work within and beyond their communities to increase awareness and understanding of childhood apraxia of speech. Approved this 4th day of May 2021, signed by President Glotz and myself.
Thank you, Kristen. Item number 6, consider proclaiming the month of May 2021 as Motorcycle Awareness Month in the Village of Tinley Park. Trustee Mahoney would like to take that one as well. Go ahead, Dennis.
Whereas safety is the highest priority for highways and streets of our village and state, and whereas the great state of Illinois is proud to be a national leader in motorcycle safety, education, and awareness, and whereas motorcycles are common and economical means of transportation that reduces fuel consumption and road wear and contributes in a significant way to relief of traffic and parking congestion, and whereas it is especially meaningful that the citizens of our village and state be aware of motorcycles on the roadways and recognize its importance of motorcycle safety. And whereas the members of ABATE of Illinois, Inc., a brotherhood aimed towards education, continually promote motorcycle safety, education and awareness in high school drivers, education programs, and to the general public of our village and state. Presented motorcycle awareness programs to over 120,000 participants in Illinois over the past 5 years. And whereas all motorcyclists should join ABATE of Illinois, Inc. in actively promoting the safe operation of motorcycles, as well as promoting motorcycle safety, education, awareness, and respect of the citizens of our village and state. And whereas the motorcyclists of Illinois have contributed extensive volunteerism and money to national and community charitable organizations. And whereas during the month of May, all roadway users should unite in the safe sharing of roadways within the village of Tinley Park and throughout the great state of Illinois. Now therefore be it resolved by the President of the Board of Trustees of the Village of Tinley Park, Cook and Will Counties, in the great state of Illinois, in recognition of 33 years of ABATE of Illinois, Inc., and over 676,000 registered motorcyclists statewide, and in recognition of the continued role that Illinois serves as a leader in motorcycle safety, education, and awareness, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2021 as Motorcycle Awareness Month in the Village of Tinley Park, and urges all motorists to join in an effort to improve safety and awareness on all our roadways. Approved this 4th day of May 2021, signed by the village president, Michael Glotz, and also signed by the village clerk, Kristen Therion.
Thank you, Dennis. First, I'd like to apologize. I'd like to go back to item 5. Leah from Apraxia is here. If you could say a few words, my apologies.
Good evening. My name is Leah Herman, and I would like to take a moment to say thank you for proclaiming Friday, May 14th, 2021 as Apraxia Awareness Day. This is the third year that I have contacted the Village of Tinley Park to make this a special day to raise awareness for childhood apraxia of speech. Not a lot of people are aware or have even heard of what apraxia is. Childhood apraxia of speech is a motor speech disorder. Children with childhood apraxia of speech have great difficulty planning and producing the movements of the mouth, the tongue, lips, jaw, and palate that are necessary for intelligible speech. Frequent intensive speech therapy is the only treatment for childhood apraxia of speech, and statistics show that 1 in 1,000 children have apraxia. My family and I first attended the village board meeting 2 years ago after our son Parker was then recently diagnosed with apraxia, just shy of turning 3 years old. We were just beginning our journey, and since then he has made great gains, and we are extremely proud of all of his accomplishments. I remember it was a big deal standing up there that he waved and said hi to Mayor Vandenberg at the time. Our apraxia star is here tonight, but I know of other apraxia stars in Tinley Park and in the surrounding towns as well. It's important to raise awareness, and I thank you for having my family and I here tonight and for proclaiming May 14th as Apraxia Awareness Day again in the Village of Tinley Park. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can we get a photo with you
take a
with the
picture?
proclamation?
Absolutely.
You guys want to come up here? Get a photo?
Thank you.
You see, you want him on a chair.
Get him.
Oh, this is Grandma fail. Holy cow, sorry, buddy. Thank you. Perfect. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. You can high fives.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
John and Frank, you guys want to come up too? Take a photo, and you can say a couple words. Mike.
Sure.
One more. Got it. Thank you very much.
You know what? You can. Listen, I ride a motorcycle too, and it's awesome. Thank you.
John, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, easy out.
Easy in, easy out.
On behalf of South Suburban Debate, John's the downstate legislator for Springfield. I'm the secretary and sergeant at arms for nationwide organization for motorcycle rights. We'd really like to thank Tinley Park for recognizing us and taking the time for the safety of the motorcycles. And look twice and save a life, and we're really happy to be a part of it. We thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for all you do.
Item number 7, consider proclaiming May 16th through May 22nd, 2021 as National Public Works Week in the Village of Tinley Park. We'd like to recognize our Public Works for May 16th through 22nd, 2021 is National Public Works Week in the Village of Tinley Park. Whereas the public works professionals focus on our infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to our community, integral part of our residents' everyday lives, and whereas public works personnel of the Village of Tinley Park are involved in the maintenance, planning, design, and construction of streets, transportation facilities, open space, creeks, paths, storm drains, stormwater treatment, public buildings, environmental programs, right-of-way management, emergency planning, and response. Whereas during this difficult time as we continue to face the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic, Tinley Park Public Works personnel are essential workers who are continuing to work hard each and every day to keep our community safe and functioning with various responsibilities related to the COVID-19 response. And whereas it is in the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and children in Tinley Park to gain knowledge of and maintain a progressive interest and understanding of the importance of public works, infrastructure, and services in their respective communities. And whereas the supportive and understanding and informed citizenry is vital to the efficient operation of the public works system. And whereas the American Public Works Association has celebrated the annual National Public Works Week since 1960. Now therefore, be it resolved by the President and the Board of Trustees of the Village of Tinley Park, Cook and Will, Illinois, that May 16th through May 22nd, 2021 be designated as National Public Works Week in the Village of Tinley Park. Approved and signed by the Village President, Michael Glotz, and Clerk, Kristen Therian, on the 4th day of May, 2021. What are you waiting for, John? You gonna turn? We're gonna get a photo with you now.
Nice work, John.
Thanks, John.
Good job, John.
Thanks, John.
Item number 8, Clerk Therian.
I'd like to consider proclaiming May 2nd through May 8th, 2021 as Municipal Clerks Week in the Village of Tinley Park. Whereas the Office of the Professional Municipal Clerk, a time-honored and vital part of local government, exists throughout the world, and whereas the Office of the Professional Municipal Clerk is the oldest among public servants, and whereas the Office of the Professional Municipal Clerk provides the professional link between the citizens, the local governing bodies, and agencies of government at other levels, and whereas professional municipal clerks have pledged to be ever mindful of their neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal service to all. Whereas the professional municipal clerk serves as the information center on functions of local government and community. And whereas professional municipal clerks continually strive to improve the administration of the affairs of the Office of the Professional Municipal Clerk through participation in education programs, seminars, workshops, and the annual meetings of their state, provincial, county, and international professional organizations. Now therefore be it resolved by the President and Board of Trustees of the Village of Tinley Park, Cook and Will Counties, Illinois, that May 2nd through May 8th, 2021 be designated as Municipal Clerks Recognition Week in the Village of Tinley Park. Approved this 4th day of May 2021, signed by Village Presidents Michael Glotz and myself.
Thank you, Kristen.
Clerk Therian, who else works with you at our municipality in this position?
My deputy clerk, Laura Gadet.
There you go, just for the record.
Yeah. Thank you. we'll take a photo. Yeah.
Laura, you guys
wanna
wanna
come
take
up
a
for
photo?
Okay.
Pat, just go stand in the corner.
You almost got away with it.
One more. Got it. Thank you.
No, this was over here, this was over there.
Why don't you just sit by Brad? Item number 9, Trustee Brennan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to consider proclaiming May 3rd through May 9th, 2021 as Public Service Recognition Week in the Village of Tinley Park. Whereas Americans are served every single day by public servants at the federal, state, county, and city levels, these unsung heroes do the work that keeps our nation working. Their tireless efforts are especially critical today during the COVID-19 pandemic, and whereas public employees take not only jobs but oaths, and whereas many public servants, including military personnel, police officers, firefighters, border patrol officers, embassy employees, healthcare professionals, and others risk their lives each day in service of the people of the United States and around the world. And whereas public servants include teachers, doctors, and scientists, train conductors and astronauts, nurses and safety inspectors, laborers, computer technicians and social workers, and countless other occupations. Day in and day out, they provide the diverse services demanded by the American people of their government with efficiency and integrity. And whereas without these public servants at every level, continuity would be impossible in a democracy that regularly changes its leaders and its elected officials. Now therefore be it resolved by the President and Board of Trustees of the Village of Tinley Park, Cook and Will Counties, Illinois, that May 2nd through May 7th, 2021 be designated as Public Service Recognition Week in the Village of Tinley Park. All citizens are encouraged to recognize the accomplishments and contributions of government employees at all levels, federal, state, county, and village. Approved this 4th day of May 2021, signed by Village President Michael Glotz and Village Clerk Kristen Therian.
Thanks, Bill. You want to get your photo?
Yep. You do photo.
Chiefs?
Who wants to take it?
Chiefs?
Chiefs? Chiefs?
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Get a lot of steps in today. Item 10, receive presentation of the Tinley Park Business Spotlight by President Glotz and Clerk Therian. Clerk Therian, you want to go first with the scoop?
Yes, we are pleased to welcome 2 businesses to the spotlight tonight. I'd like to introduce The Scoop. The Scoop is located at 17326 Oak Park Avenue and just launched in Tinley Park last month. Jasenia and Yvonne Rivera are the owners, and this is their 2nd location. They opened their first location in Aurora 5 years ago. They will employ 5 people at this location. They also recently moved to Tinley Park with their daughter Amani, who will be 2 years old in June. Please join me in welcoming Jasenia Rivera of The Scoop.
Yeah, moral support here.
You walked up, he walked back.
Thank you for having us this evening. My name is Jasenia Rivera, and standing next to me is my husband, Ivan Rivera. We are the owners of The Scoop in downtown Tinley Park. We've been open for a week now, and we greatly appreciate everyone that has supported us thus far. Although we are new to Tinley Park, this is not our first business. We also own an ice cream shop located in Aurora, Illinois, that has been open and successful these past 5 years. This ice cream shop specifically caters to our Hispanic community, offering Hispanic snacks, ice cream, and desserts. It's also where our ice cream is handmade for both of our locations. When we decided to open our second location here in Tinley Park, we took a trip to California for a little inspiration. It's safe to say our trip inspired us to bring the West Coast aesthetic to life here at The Scoop, providing our customers with space that is trendy, simple, and chic. Inside, we offer many places where you can take a photo with your menu items, such as our custom-made U-shaped floating bench with hanging ivy, a neon sign, or even in front of our cheetah print wall. Our main focus here in Tinley Park is to provide our customers with premium quality ice cream in 20+ flavors, in addition to soft serve ice cream and popsicles, along with exceptional customer service to each and every one of our customers. What sets us apart from other ice cream shops is the option to customize our full menu to your liking. For example, you can choose between both scooped ice cream and soft serve, whether it be a brownie sundae or churro sundae or even a banana split. The customer has full control of their dessert. In addition to our ice cream selection, we also offer other snacks and beverages such as fresh pressed juice, paninis, fruit parfaits, and hot and iced coffee. As our Hispanic background is important to us, we also wanted to offer snacks and desserts from our primary location, such as corn in a cup, aguas frescas, and mango natas. We want to thank everyone for being patient with us as we continue to fill our team for the summer. Our temporary hours are Sunday through Thursday, 3 to 9:30, Friday and Saturday from 3 to 10. We're so excited to be a part of the Tinley Park community, and we look forward to serving each and every one of you for the years to come. We invite you all to our ribbon cutting this Thursday, May 6th, from 5 to 7 p.m. at The Scoop, located at 17326 Oak Park Avenue. And you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook to stay updated with our new items, specials, and best of all, giveaways. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we take a break and go over to The Scoop.
I second that.
Sounds so good.
It is good. I was there last Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
I love it. It's adorable. Congratulations.
The next item, I'm going to let Trustee Sullivan take for us.
S&D Distribution Company is located at 7225 Duvon Drive and is celebrating 10 years here in Tinley Park this year. They manufacture railroads, signaling, and communication equipment and currently have 21 employees. Please join me in welcoming John Schaefer, founder and president of S&C Distribution Company.
Thank you very much for inviting us in to describe briefly what we do over on Duvon Drive. It's not something that crosses your table every day, not an ice cream shop or a gas station or anything like that. In fact, we have very little interface with Tinley Park as a whole, except as citizens. The name S&C Distribution Company started in 1990, and originally it was a distribution company. We manufactured nothing. In fact, the business was in my home, in Blue Island. We started in August 1st, the day Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait. And that's fairly significant to me, but we'll skip that for the moment. We were anointed with the title World's Greatest Railroad Signal Equipment Manufacturer in 2014 when we were featured on the show, World's Greatest Television Show. And what the producers did is they surveyed the market the customers and determined that we were the best of the best. And we're a tiny company. It's quite an honor. In the bride packet I handed out, there's a DVD of that TV show. We design and manufacture in Tinley Park very unique products, unusual throughout our marketplace even. We're famous for that. Our market share in each of the product areas that we produce is between 80 and 100%. Our biggest competitor actually is no money in the budget. The people can't compete with us because of our performance of our products, in the design of them, and in the quality with which they're produced. Our annual percentage of sales number for warranty expense is perennially, year after year, 0.01%. It's about as small as it can get, and we're very proud of that. The average employment at S&C Distribution Company is 10 years now and growing. We have very little turnover. 25% of our employment actually resides in Tinley Park. And we brought 2 families to Tinley Park, and we're contributing in that way, even though our product areas don't interface with the city very often. That's a quick summation of the company, and we really appreciate the recognition. We do our best to uphold your image. You're famous in our world. Tinley Park is on the map in the railroad signal industry, and you may not be aware of it, but a lot of people are in our world. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Colleen. Item number 11, I'd like to ask for a motion to consider appointing Michelle Boone to the position of Executive Assistant, the Fire Department, effective May 4, 2021.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Human Resources conducted a search and received 27 applications that were shortlisted to 6 of the most qualified candidates. Internal candidate Michelle Boone was identified as the best candidate for the position. Michelle joined the village on March 5, 2012, and has 9 years' experience as a telecommunicator, working in a high-stress and confidential atmosphere with direct knowledge of the fire department operations, terminology, and day-to-day activities. She has 5 years' experience as an administrative assistant and is also experienced in many software platforms. Consider appointing Michelle Boone to the position of Executive Assistant Fire Department. Michelle, would you like to say a couple words?
I just want to.
Sure, we have to have you on camera.
I would just like to thank the board for considering me for the position. I've served the village in the 911 Communications Center for the last 9 years. I live here myself. I love being able to contribute to my community, and I look forward to continuing to do so.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle.
Madam Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 12, I'd like to ask for a motion to consider appointing John Toohey to the position of Records Supervisor, effective May 4, 2021.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. I have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Human Resources conducted a search and received 113 applications that were shortlisted to just 5 of the most qualified candidates. John Toohey was identified as the best candidate for the position. John has held various law enforcement positions within the last rank of captain before serving as the chief of police for the university campus since 2012. He has previously managed a records department and is knowledgeable with police operations and support services. He holds a master's degree in public administration. Consider appointing John Toohey to the position of record supervisor. John here? Like to say a couple words?
My wife Ann, just to acknowledge she's with me, as she has been the last 34 years. She's with me tonight. But I'd like to thank the board and all the people involved in the process. It was a drawn-out process, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity to get started tomorrow morning. So thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 13. I would like to ask for a motion to consider appointing Osama Dajani to the position of sergeant for the Tinley Park Police Department effective May 4th of 2021.
So moved.
Second?
Thank you, guys. Officer Dajani has served as a Tinley Park police officer for 18 years. He has been in the investigations division as a detective for 13. He is married with his wife Nina for 16 years, and they have 3 children. Osama obtained a Bachelor's of Arts degree from the University of Illinois at Chicago, majoring in criminal justice. He has a Master of the Arts degree from the Governor's State University, majoring in political and justice studies. Previous assignments include the South Suburban Major Crimes Task Force and Will Grundy County Major Crime Task Force. His hobbies include Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so don't mess with him, grappling, and is currently a youth wrestling coach for the Lincoln Way Wrestling Club. Osama is a devout, White Sox fan.
Very good company. Here you go, Sam.
Consider appointing Osama Dajani to the position of sergeant for the Tinley Park Police Department.
There you go. Sam, you got your socks mask on. I like it. Rub it in his face.
I, Osama Dajani,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the ordinances of the Village of Tinley Park,
the ordinances of the Village of Tinley Park,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of police sergeant
the duties of police sergeant
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God. I'm going to read the police officer's oath to Sam. He's done it before when he was sworn in. Just want to say a couple words about him. He is a fantastic detective, so we're losing a great detective, but we're going to have a great supervisor. He is also a great liaison to the Arabic community. He speaks fluent Arabic. He has helped us out on cases. He's helped us out when people need help and we're having trouble translating. And it's just going to be a great benefit to the Tinley Park Police Department and the village. On my honor. On my honor, I will never betray my badge, I will never betray my badge, my integrity, my integrity, my character, or the public trust. or the public trust. I will always hold the courage. I will always hold the courage. I will always have the courage. I will always have the courage To hold myself and others to hold myself and others accountable for our actions. accountable for our actions. I will always uphold the Constitution. I will always uphold the I will always Constitution. uphold the Constitution, My community, my community, and the agency I serve. and the agency I serve. Congratulations. I can't read with my mask, and I can't read through the glasses with my mask, so I apologize. Go ahead, Sam. I just want to thank you, Chief, for the opportunity as far as promoting the first line supervisor. I want to thank my most recent supervisor, Sergeant Bill Devine, for embodying leadership in the investigations division. I also want to thank Commander Poulos, wherever he's at, Commander Poulos, along with many of my other FTOs, who've given me the tools to succeed as a police officer. As a detective, I know they're not here, but Commander Tenzin, Detective Violetto, who pretty much trained me and allowed me to reach my ceiling as a detective. Outside of, and obviously my peers and all my previous supervisors and my FTOs, outside of that, my mom and my father who are here, who provided me with the tough love, sometimes a little too tough of love, but always taught me that everything is earned and nothing is given. Obviously, my wife Nina and my daughter Mona and my sons Dino and Javril for being my support structure and my foundation. Without them, I'm nothing. I'm wholeheartedly blessed to have them. Finally, I look forward to being a supervisor, first-line supervisor here at the Tinley Park Police Department. I look forward to coaching, mentoring, and developing and cultivating the future leadership on this police department. Thank you. Can we get a photo first? Yes. Bill and Bill, you guys want to come up here with us?
You insist.
Thank you.
Come on down. Nice picture.
Madam Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Roll call for item 13, Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 14, consider appointing Delgado Law Group as special counsel. Do I have a motion?
So moved?
Have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. The appointment would allow the village to utilize Delgado Law Group for special projects as needed to include, but not limited to, planning, zoning, land acquisition, and litigation. Their rate shall be $195 per hour for work performed by partners and senior counsel, $175 per hour for work performed by associates, and $85 per hour for work performed by paralegals, legal assistants. This is the same rate as what our village attorney is as well. Consider appointing Delgado Law Group as special counsel for the village of Tinley Park. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll?
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 15. I'd like to ask for a motion to consider appointing Klein, Thorpe, and Jenkins as Administrative Hearing Officer for the Village of Tinley Park. I have a motion?
So moved?
Second.
Thank you. Klein, Thorpe, and Jenkins is our former village attorney. They would replace our current hearing officer, Montana and Welch. Their rates would be $195 per hour for partners, same as Montana and Welch, and $85 per hour for paralegals. Montana and Welch charge $95 per hour. This appointment would be effective June 1st, 2021. Consider appointing Klein, Thorpe, and Jenkins as Administrative Hearing Officer for for the Village of Tinley Park.
Roll call for item 15. Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
Thank you. Item 16, consider approval of the following consent agenda items. Madam Clerk, can you please read these?
Item A, consider appointing Dan Rita as interim deputy chief, fire suppression for up to a maximum of a 60-day period. Item B, consider adopting resolution 2020-R-030, approving a contract between the Village of Tinley Park and Murphy and Miller Incorporated for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning annual maintenance and inspection of all village facilities. Item C, consider adopting resolution 2020-R-031, approving a contract between the Village of Tinley Park and Total Automation Concepts Incorporated for building automation systems, annual maintenance, and inspection of all village facilities. Item D, consider request from Crisis Center for South Suburbia to conduct a raffle through August 10th, 2021 at the Odyssey Country Club, 19110 Ridgeland Avenue, with the maximum value of the prize not to exceed $15,000. Winners will be drawn at the Odyssey Country Club. And lastly, item E, consider payments of outstanding bills in the amount of $2,940,276.03 as listed on the vendor board approval report dated April 16th, April 23rd, and April 30th, 2021.
Thank you.
I'll make
Would-
that motion.
Would anyone from the board like to remove any of these items from the consent agenda? At this time, I would like to ask for the board's concurrence to remove item 16A and make it 16B from the consent agenda, as I feel further explanation of the item is warranted prior to your consideration. So if I could have a motion to if I could have one of the trustees pull 16A and make it 16B?
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
Thank you.
A second.
And a motion's not even needed, the concurrence is
Perfect.
all you're doing.
Okay. We have a motion for the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion.
Have a second?
I'll second it.
Madam Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Now 16B, right? Consider appointing, I'd like to ask for a motion to consider appointing Dan Rita as interim deputy chief fire suppression for up to a maximum of 60 days.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Have a second?
Second.
So part of the discussion, the reason I removed it, so there was some discussion. I wanted, with what's going on with Deputy Chief Klotz. Dan Rita is also a fire chief in Blue Island, and we talked to him about if he would be willing to fill in the shoes for Steve while he takes a little time off, and he willingly said yes, he would. I appreciate it, Dan. I don't know if there's anything you'd like to add, or?
I think first and foremost is hoping and praying for Steve's quick return and to full health. That would be the most important thing here. And second, thank you for the opportunity, the board as a whole. It's a great deal of trust, and albeit might be temporary, but I plan on giving 100% each and every day. So thank you again, and look forward to working with everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Appreciate it.
Madam Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Dan. Item number 17, Trustee Mueller.
I move we consider adopting ordinance 2021-0-022, approving a purchase and sale agreement for the property at 17368 68th Court, Beckstein Construction Company, for $550,000.
Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Go
Bill.
ahead,
The village is seeking to purchase the property owned by Bechstein Construction Company at 17368 68th Court for $550,000 using the funds from the New Bremen TIF. The property consists of 5 tax parcels. Seller will work cooperatively with the village to remediate the property and seek reimbursement from the state's Lust Fund and obtain an NFR letter. Seller will be allowed to continue to occupy the site for up to 2 years after the sale and would be responsible for paying all the property tax associated during that time, demolishing the existing structures. After seller vacates the site, the village can determine whether to utilize this property for needed downtown parking or seek proposals for redevelopment. The two parties will have 90 days to close from the execution of the PSA, which is expected to allow sufficient time to complete due diligence activities, including environmental sampling to determine the extent of cleanup that may be required. The final PSA is subject to review by the village attorney and staff. This ordinance is eligible for adoption tonight.
Thank you, Mike. Any questions from the board?
Nope.
Would anyone from the public like to comment? Go ahead, Ben.
The 550,000, I think it was said at the meeting, the last meeting, that money's gonna go towards cleaning it up if it needs to be cleaned up. Is that right?
Dave, you want?
So the 550,000 is the acquisition price, and yes, out of that, there's an escrow that will be created and that money will be used to clean up the site.
And that's gonna be based on the study
The study that's the next agenda item, yep, so.
So the 550, Ben, is the most regardless. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Roll call for item number 17, Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 18, Trustee Miller.
I move we consider adopting Resolution 2021-R-032, approving an agreement with the Midwest Environmental Consulting Services for site investigation and underground storage tank removal activities for the Bechstein Construction Company property located at 17368 68th Court.
Thank you, Mike. We got a second?
I'll second that.
Thanks, Bill. Go ahead, Mike.
Thanks, Bill. The village is interested in acquiring this property and requested a proposal from Midwest Environmental Consulting Services to conduct a subsurface investigation to assess the subsurface soils and groundwater associated with the removal of underground storage tanks, as well as to determine if any additional tanks currently exist or need to be removed in order to obtain a no further remediation letter for this site. This firm will be responsible for overseeing site evaluations, site cleanups, and the removal of the underground storage tanks. Staff recommends awarding this project to Midwest Environmental Consulting Services, Inc. in the amount of $84,194. This resolution is also eligible for adoption tonight.
Any questions from the board? Would anyone from the public like to ask any questions? Ben? You good? Madam Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Roll call for item number 18, Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 19, Trustee Galante.
I'd like to ask the board to consider adopting ordinance 2021-0-019, amending the Title 5, Chapter 50 of the 50 and 51 of the Tinley Park Municipal Code regarding quarterly water and sewer charges.
And anyone like to make a motion?
A motion.
A second?
Second.
Thank you. Go ahead.
It has been more than 7 years since the utility rates have been adjusted for any increases in the village's operational costs, electric, labor, and materials. Over this period, operating cost increases have eroded the funds available to support the systematic infrastructure replacements and rehabilitations required within the utility system. In June of 2026, the village board initiated a system-wide replacement of all water meters and new electric meters in addition of an adjusted metering infrastructure system that has enhanced the significant automation of the village's ability to obtain meter readings. The improvements were approved to be funded from the general capital reserves of the village.
it was stipulated that the funds advanced to the utility fund were to be repaid in the future through utility billing revenue. This ordinance adjusts the village's water rates by 50 cents to begin the repayment of the water meter cost and revises the code sections related to the utility rate to place them in a better format to facilitate the future rate increases. This ordinance is eligible for adoption.
Thank you. I just want to make a correction. It's June of 2016. Any questions from the board? Anyone from the public like to? You good, Ben? Okay. Madam Clerk, could you call the roll?
Roll call for item number 19, Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 20, Trustee Galante.
I'd like to have, again, ask the board to consider adopting ordinance 2021-0-014, approving the annual budget for the fiscal year ending April 30th, 2022, for the Village of Tinley Park, Cook, and Will counties.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Thank you. Go ahead, Diane.
Thank you. On March 16, 2021, the Committee of the Whole met and recommended approval of the proposed budget for the fiscal year ending April 30th, 2022. The proposed total expenditure budget for the general fund is $54,458,913. The Tinley Park Public Library is also included in the proposed budget, and proposed total expenditures budget for the library's general fund is $6,378,350. The proposed total budget of the village funds includes the Tinley Park Library is $147,340 and $409. In addition, with the state statutes, the public hearing was held on April 13, 2021, as required. A copy of the proposed budget has been available in the public inspection on the transparency portal of the village website since April 6, 2021, and this ordinance is eligible for adoption.
Anyone from the board? Any questions?
Yeah, just quick correction. It's $147,340,409, just for the record.
Thank you. Anyone from the public here to address the board? Madam Clerk, can you call the roll?
Roll call for item number 20, Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 21, Trustee Galante.
I'd like to ask the board to consider adopting Resolution 2021-R-22, authorizing the transfer from the General Fund, Water and Sewer Operations and Maintenance Fund, and the Commuter Parking Lot Operations and Maintenance Fund.
We have a motion?
So moved.
Second? Is that you, Dennis?
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead, Diane.
Thank you. This resolution implements a series of year-end transfers following the established fiscal practices as outlined in the Fiscal Policies Manual. These transfers are supported by the excess of revenues over the expenses that may exist at the April 30th, 2021 fiscal year end, and from the fund balance and the designated fund initiating the transfer. The transfers are made to support capital and debt service revenue funds for both the short-term and the long-term financial needs of the village to support the replacement of infrastructure, equipment, and provide the debt service on the outstanding bonds. The resolution established not to exceed amounts of the contemplated transfers of $10 million from the general fund, $3 million from the water and sewer funds, and $1 million from the commuter parking lot fund. The actual dollar amounts of the transfer may be less and will be determined once the fiscal year has closed. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you. Any questions from the board? Anyone from the public here to address the board? Madam Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Roll call for item 21, Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 22. I'd like to ask the board to consider adopting ordinance 2021-020, establishing the number of Class DV liquor licenses that can be issued in the village, Durbin's 18250 South Oak Park Avenue. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. The petitioner, Tom McAuliffe, has approached the mayor's office seeking a Class DV liquor and video gaming license for a new Durbin's location at 18250 South Oak Park Avenue. This additional location will be similar to the current location in regards to the menu, but will just operate as a smaller scale with about 6 to 8 dine-in tables, a pickup window, and an enclosed video gaming area. A Class DV license allows for the retail sale of alcoholic liquor on the premises and must be made in conjunction with the operation of a restaurant on the premises. Video gaming is allowed. This item was discussed at the committee of the whole prior to the meeting. This ordinance is eligible for adoption. Any questions from the board?
I'll just say that really happy that Durbin's is deciding to expand here in Tinley Park. They've been a long-time business. I know we've had them here at the Business Spotlight. They've been doing tremendous work. I will say that I'm a huge fan of their pizza. I think it's second to none here in Tinley Park. And I look forward to their success at this new location as well.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I like their ribs and donut holes.
I look forward to their pickup window, because it's not always easy to find parking where it's at now, so I think the express window is a great idea.
Good. And Bill, just for the record, those come from 95th Street, the
The old
branding
branding
iron
iron.
in Oak Lawn.
Yes, I used to go there. I used to bowl there.
I live 2 blocks from there.
Did you?
And I want to thank Kimberly and Dan Ritter and the Plan Commission for all the work they did on this. You guys did a great job. Anyone from the public care to address the board? Madam Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Roll call for item number 22. Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
No.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries. Item 23. I'd like to ask the board to consider adopting ordinance 2021-0-021, amending Title III, Chapter 32, establishing an advisory commission on labor and development.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Dennis. The village president is proposing to create a labor and development advisory commission created for the purpose of structuring sound labor policies for public works, construction, and commercial development that protect local workers, contractors, and taxpayers, while supporting fair contracting in the village of Tinley Park. The commission will make its findings and the recommendations to the president and board of trustees, as well as other governmental agencies upon direction of the corporate authorities. Questions from the board? The only thing I'd like to add is there was, in one of the whereases, Laura, it said 5 members instead of 9. If you could just change that. Anyone from the public? You could leave your bag there, Ben.
I'm gonna leave.
I don't thi- Greg will want
We're
you.
done after this, right? I think. I'm tired. Was there anything that happened in the last 4 years that you wanted to create this, or what's the reasoning behind creating this?
It's just a non-binding advisory committee that they will meet with them. That's all.
Right.
It's non-binding.
I get that it's not binding, but did something happen, like, hey, we need to have this non-binding group to meet?
Yeah, it'll make things, I think, go smoother for staff, the developer, any, things that maybe they could see would help them with the development. Thanks. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll?
Roll call for item 23. Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 24, receive comments from the staff. Dave, you got your hand raised?
Yes, thank you, Mayor Glatz. I just wanted to thank the board for the well-deserved recognition of public works, clerks, public service. And just as a note, we're doing a lot this week for Public Service Week. Hannah, Donna, Angela, and Lisa kind of put together a whole schedule of events. And one of the things you may see in some of our offices here is a little note from people as to why they serve. So some real good things going on, but thanks the board for the well-deserved resolution, so, and I think the assistant manager has something to say.
Go ahead, Pat.
Well, thank you, village manager. I just want to remind residents that the convention center where we have the vaccination site is still accepting walk-up appointments every day, so they have the Moderna and the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, so if you haven't received it, you don't have to be from Cook County. You can go up and walk up and get the vaccine, so just want to encourage all the residents to do that. Thank you.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat. Anyone else? Go ahead, Chief.
We had a lot of proclamations and recognitions tonight, but I also wanted to mention that today marks International Firefighters Day. And with that, I just kind of wanted to give a little background on it. That International Firefighters Day was created in 1999 after 5 firefighters died tragically during a wildland fire in Australia when winds changed and suddenly engulfed them in flames. It's celebrated on May 4th because that is St. Florian's Day. And St. Florian is known as the patron saint of firefighters and was known as one of the first commanding firefighters of the actual Roman battalion and saved many lives. And through most of firefighting history is a very important saint looking over the health and welfare of all the firefighters. And I would like to certainly express my thanks and gratitude to the 95-plus members of the Tinley Park Fire Department for putting their lives in harm's way for the protection of the members of our community and the Mavis areas around us here. So thank you for your time. I just wanted to make sure we mentioned International Firefighters Day.
Thank you, Chief.
Thanks,
Thanks, Chief. Donna, do you want to add anything?
I would just note that our Veterans Commission has hosted a dedication on Saturday, May 15th, for the 1084 mortar carrier, as well as a dedication of a memorial that was formerly at the House Development Center. It's going to happen at 10 a.m. in Veterans Plaza, just adjacent to the 80th Avenue train station.
Great, thanks, Donna. Sorry, John's in your way, I couldn't see him. Item number 25, receive comments from the board. Anyone from the board care to speak?
I'd just like to say that I look forward to working with everyone, and thank you, Mike, for this opportunity and asking me to have a seat up here with everybody, and I'm just really excited about this. So if all goes just like today, I'd be very, very happy.
You look good up there. Bill, were you going to say something?
Yes, I would like to welcome, Dennis Mahoney and Colleen Sullivan to the board. And also, for the record, to congratulate you, Mayor Glatz, on your election to that position.
Thank you.
And for the record, I would like to wish my daughter, who's 25 years old today, and to wish her a very happy birthday. She, of course, is at 25. Out at the SIP bar, so we'll forget the ice cream and I'll go over there maybe.
Good choice.
But happy birthday, Megan.
Bring the ice cream.
Yeah.
No one else? I want to congratulate you guys as well. Great job, Trustee Brady, Trustee Mahoney, Trustee Sullivan, Clerk Therian, and thank you guys for the nice gavel. Appreciate it. Hopefully we don't need it.
I just want to say, too, that I look forward to working with everybody. Seems like you've got a really good, solid team here. Everybody seems to be working on the same page, which is always great. So I look forward to meeting more of you and working with everybody here as the time moves on here. Thank you.
And I do want to thank the staff, too. You guys have been wonderful,
Yeah.
just getting us up to speed with everything, and lots of emails, but very informative, and I appreciate the time you guys all took out of your day, or evening, I should say. We were there about 3.5 hours, meeting all the village heads, and it was very helpful, and it was nice to put a face with a lot of the names that I see all the time, and, when I'm on the village website. So, again, thank you, everybody, for helping us move along and getting us situated. So, thank you.
I'd also like to add that there's a reason that they put Brady, Mahoney, and Sullivan at one end, so be careful.
I'd like to add, I also like to congratulate retired police sergeant and former elected official trustee T.J. Grady. Self, along with other staff members and other elected officials, were being sued. He was the last to finally win his case. It was dismissed 17L65967. And I think Judge Murphy made it pretty clear in his dismissal. He mentions Eberhardt's motion for sanctions is thus legally baseless. Besides lacking any legal merit, the court also cannot discern any sanctionable conduct by defense counsel. On the contrary, it is Eberhardt in his response who makes ad hominem assertions, which is ironic given this is a defamation action. And in the future, Eberhardt should exercise greater professionalism and refrain from such a practice. That said, no sanctions are warranted. The court carefully reviewed all submitted materials under the proper motion standards. Such include all complaints filed in the matter, Grady's bill of particulars and Eberhardt's responses, the submitted case law, and previous court orders, including orders authored by other judges presiding over Eberhardt's numerous other matters brought against the Village of Tinley Park and village officials. He also stated, besides that, Eberhardt apparently abandoned any defamation claim by not asserting a proper one in his unnecessarily long and ungainly second amended complaint. Then, despite moving nearly 100 pages and hundreds of paragraphs, Eberhardt failed to reassert a defamation claim in his operative complaint. T.J. Grady, who's now a citizen, his lawsuit combined motion to dismiss is granted. Plaintiff Steve Eberhardt's third amended complaint is dismissed with prejudice. Under Illinois Supreme Court Rule 304A, this is a final order that dismisses of the matter in its entirety. I'm very happy for him that this is finally over, and I can't come up with one reason why this guy keeps doing this to this village. So, thank you. Item number 27, adjourn to executive session to discuss the following. A, the appointment and employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee of the public body or against legal counsel for the public body to determine its validity. B, collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or their representatives, or deliberations concerning salary schedules for one or more classes of employees. And C, the purchase or lease of real property for the use of the public body, including meetings held for the purpose of discussing whether a particular parcel should be acquired. We have a motion. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, prior to that, I'm sorry. I scrolled past after I read the TJ's happiness. Item number 26, receive comments from the public. Anyone from the public like to comment? Let the record reflect there are none.
Greg?
Deputy Clerk, do you have any emails?
No emails.
Anything dropped in the Dropbox?
No.
Thank you. And back to item 27. We have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Have a second? And before we call the roll, trustees Mahoney and Sullivan, I can't, this will be your, well, not technically, I guess your second executive, your executive session, but I can't specify enough the importance of what we discuss. Everything stays in there. We've had a problem in the past, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Roll call for item 27, motion to adjourn. Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion carries. We will be adjourned, and we will not be coming back. Thank you.